Although seeing all these changes, Axel is going to give a look at the man with the bone shield.
Yeah, like looks
And sort of,
down, and you just see him drop his pickaxes.
You
He
drop your
is,
pickaxe?
yep.
clean
Okay,
Uh,
down.
so Crimson Right falls off your pickaxe as you drop it.
he is standing there, just he has no words. You can see that anger runs across his face, sadness, as he's as it doesn't even look like he's doing it intentionally, but tears are running down his eyes, just looking upon this scene as he sort of stumbles backwards and sort of falls down onto his sort of falls down, sort of sitting down on the ground, just and puts his hands sort of in his head and looks at his arm and then looks at Iska, and he just begins to be like, what is this?
Question.
Yes.
All the bodies on grates.
Yep, and you see that they've basically got sort of small pits below them that their viscera and blood, most of it dried now, and has, it's basically, drainage basin.
I'm trying to check to see if how this relates at all to the black blood that was mentioned.
Their blood is red. It does not seem to. There's nothing here that indicates black liquids. Kel, probably just coming into your dynamic lighting, you do see a elevated table up ahead. There seem to be some desks and some workspace.
I'm going to move up towards them cautiously.
Just a quick
And stopping.
just to follow up on that, on Lux thing. Isko walks back slowly with him, next to him, and grabs his pickaxe off the ground and holds it out to him and just kind of whispers, "This is why we fight, Buck." And just leaves the pickaxe out for him to grab it again.
As I'm walking forward past the corpses, how do I get a sense of how long they've been dead? Are they rotting? Are they desiccated? Or what stage of decomposition or decay?
Closer to the door, they were older. Up at this end, they do seem somewhat more recent. Still, probably everything here that you've passed so far is probably at least multiple days, approaching weeks. And when I say multiple days, probably like 5-6 days, just barely short of a week.
So still fairly recent.
Fairly recent, yes. But not, Yeah, you see some...
Not like an hour ago.
Yeah, not like an hour ago. To the ones that you've been able to pass so far.
I imagine as Luna is walking up, after she saw the first body, she's just kind of proceeding forward, stone-faced, and there's ice forming over her fists and up her arms. It's not a faux ice knuckle yet, but it's verging on it.
I'm continuing forward towards this table and desk.
Go ahead and do me a nature check with advantage. The body on the table has probably only been dead for an hour. It is freshly experimented upon. You can see that it has been... all the other bodies had pretty much been autopsied, had been dissected. This one you can see has the telltale burn marks around its chest and esophagus. It seems to have more advanced mutations than any of the previous ones. more complete in their transformation. Musculature seems to be more evened and heavier across the whole body. The hands and claws seem to be well formed. This one is better, has certainly showing progress compared to what seemed to be random and sort of cancerous in some of the earlier bodies.
Human,
Male
or female?
This one is male.
Roughly how old can I tell?
14, 15 tops.
I'm going to look at the desk and start. I'm going to look towards. I see him as I'm turning to look at the desk, and I see Axel, and I kind of beckon Axel because I know he can recognize things that I probably can't.
Yep. There is a book there with lots of writing and notes. It's in common. There is a random question. Did the Sealsu drink? Did they make alcohol?
Yeah, I think they would.
Yeah. So I figured they would too. I just wanted to ask to make sure. You do recognize what is pretty obviously very advanced compared to an alcohol still, but something to distill and concentrate, to basically boil down and distill down liquids to make them stronger, to increase their potency that it's, you don't know exactly how it works, but it's recognizable that that's probably what something was being used for that. There is a little bit of residue. It is deep black in nature, but it seems to be fairly drained and emptied at this time.
I'm not going to touch it, but I am going to just take a sniff to see what it smells like.
Strangely enough, it does not have any smell. Like, it's oddly has no odor.
I look at Axel again. Can you make any sense of any of this?
Do me just an intelligence check on the book.
Yep, flips through
the
book.
Notes. On a 19, just even with a quick flip through, you see notes about using the crystals, the marrow, feeding them to a name, Xanath, feeding them to Xanath, and then harvesting the blood to create these elixirs. And then most of it is different ratios of different things, from acid, black dragon, saliva, you see referenced in several cases, and then mainly that the crystals being sort of broken down and fed, originally forcibly and then now apparently quite willingly to this Xanath person, to then have their blood harvested. Someone's got a weird sound coming through. Might have been Daniel. Don't know what it was.
Might have been me making weird sounds.
Oh.
Shit.
Yeah.
So he reads through this. So
yeah, we've got some kind of feedback on yours.
Okay, one moment.
Oh, there it went away. Whatever you just did.
I muted myself.
Oh, well, it helped. We're good.
Yeah. So Axel sort of reads through this. Is there any indication of what this Xanth is?
Just the name, Xaneth.
Yeah. But there was a mention of black dragon saliva, yes?
You did hear the mention of black dragon saliva.
Okay. So he does share this with Cal, and and so that's how they've been making the black blood. It's the blood of something that is fed these crystals. Something that something that don't know how that works, but I think I haven't a thought, and I don't like it. I think this Xaneth might be a dragon, a black dragon. I mean, there's lots of different clues. There's like the ring was in Draconic, it's the black dragon flight. We're inside a dragon. We are feeding a dragon parts of another dragon, or maybe feeding a dragon. You know, it kind of fits, but yeah, maybe. But they bleed it, or him or her, and they use the blood, and they make mixtures, and they use it here. So that it's he goes through the book. It's like there's all the what they mix it with, what they put in there, how they make this. But if we but I think if we want to find the blood for Celia, we have to find Xaneth.
I need Iskrin and Kel to make perception checks. Kel, because